So the transformer here's got a bit of an upgrade if you can't tell. The big thing is that it now has a bridge rectifier in it, and it can output DC or AC, and it can still do 6 or 12 volts. I'm going to leave it at 6 for now. I also added an LED on the front, which is nice. You turn it off, you can see it drains kind of slow. If I turn this on, it'll drain pretty quick. That's because there's a big capacitor in there to rectify all the goodness. The other interesting thing about this setup is both of these bells, or I guess it's a chime, are sparkless. Typically chimes like this are sparkless, but this thing is an early sparkless mechanism as well, which I believe might even be one of the old Schwarz designs, but I'm thinking this one's probably a Faraday, probably more towards the 50s or 60s, but based on probably one of those older designs. Yeah, I mean, basically this is all being driven from this single power supply now. The Xylotone here is kind of like somewhere between 4.8, 5 volts, but I mean, running it off of this, it's unregulated, so when it's actually driving it, it actually drops the 6 volts to like 5.5 something, so give or take, it's within range. Likewise, this is 6 volts AC, and so that actually just runs straight off the AC without the rectification at all. So that's using a separate relay over here to do the AC. And then the DC is actually being switched by both of these relays. One to turn it off, and the other one to do the coding, basically. Probably could have did the one to turn it off on the AC instead, but it's like whatever. One of them needs it because one is normally closed, one's normally open, so I have one as like a running relay, almost like a shunt. What else? The whole thing is being powered from this, but then it's boosting it with this to 24 volts. So if you saw when it was doing that, let's turn that off actually. Actually, if I just turn this off, then I can have it running with nothing, because it's like the relays are both turned off. So you can see this relay is still clicking, but the like shunt relay is turned off. If I turn it on, then it'll run again. And likewise, this is just doing it because it's wasn't normally opened or whatever. So, but in either case, what I was trying to get at is this thing is just doing basically 24 volts, and it's drooped a little, but yeah, 24 volts. And I did add I don't know if you could see it because the red case, but I put a big capacitor in there just to prevent it from dropping out or anything like that when the like Xylotone is buzzing off, because that thing does create quite a bit of a drop on this. If you even look, you see it dims the LED a little bit because it does suck a good bit of power. In fact, actually, you can see it this way too. There you go. That's what I was mentioning before, that when it's actually using it, that it's actually, can I do this? Oh, I guess I would have to connect it to the normally opened one just to see it running all the time. If I do this and that, there we go. So yeah, you can see that creates a good bit of a voltage drop on the power supply there. But yeah, kind of fun to see that. But despite that voltage drop, this is still putting out 24 volts. That's actually part of the reason I have that 3-way switch on there, is just so you can see the input power. That was originally kind of intended for if you're running this off like batteries or something like that, you could see what the battery voltage was as they drained. Because I do have the battery one. Where did I put it? I thought it was right here, but guess not. Oh, it's charging. Yeah, it's on the charger right now. But you see, that's only 10.84 volts, whereas the charger is 12 volts. So yeah, this battery's, that's why it's charging. It's low right now. But see, that's why I had that originally, was for the seeing if the battery was low. But in either case, it's handy to see the voltage drop on an unregulated power supply like this guy. Pretty good voltage drop on that thing. Not nearly as much from the from this thing, I don't think. No. 7.3. Yeah, I mean it drops another 0.3 or something from the ADT bell, but not nearly as much. So yeah, pretty cool. Dual LEDs now. This is basically just to tell the AC is on, and then this one here. Turn that off again. This one here tells you that basically there's a fuse in there. So this tells you both that the fuse is working, that the DC rectifier is working, and obviously that the AC is working as well at that point. So yeah, it's kind of handy, and it does do 6 or 12 volts. I don't want to. You see, it gets a little brighter when you put in the 12 volt mode. Now for my little power supply here, the 12 volts would make no difference. But for something like the Xylotone or this thing, these need 6 volts or 6 volts. So don't want to overpower those. So that's why I kind of have the safety switch on here, to keep it. I'd rather underpower something 12 volts than overpower 6 volts. So that's kind of why it has the safety. Anyway, what else? Yeah, not too much. This ADT bell is pretty cool. I have another new Cowbell thingy as well. It's a Holzer Cabot. I'm hoping to do a video of all 3 of the Cowbells, but yeah, that'll probably be next. I also have some of my keys up here. Not really too much new going on. The main new thing is that I now have 9/64 keys. I think I have 2 of them. Yeah, here's the other one. And I do want to get some more of those. That's really handy to have. Yeah, my key rings slowly getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, well, until next time, folks. This is kind of a bell off, 6 volt bell off, AC versus DC on the same transformer. Pretty cool. All right, until next time.